morning, I'm Doug Yates with the Real Estate News Channel.
And I'm Mark Cunningham, Doug Yates' identical twin brother. And you know what? Last week, we had a big story. In fact, we know it was big because of the viewership. It went huge, right? Yeah. And we thank you for forwarding that on to make it so big. But Freddie and Fannie, the Obama administration wants to phase them out.
Yeah.
So they said, they gave us a stay tuned, like it was some great Batman episode. And we went to the same Bat channel, same Bat time on Friday, and they came out with the plan. So, of course, we're going to talk about the plan.
Absolutely. Now, they've got to take this to Congress, but they want to begin this plan as soon as possible. They know it's going to take probably 5 to 7 years to phase Fannie and Freddie out. Now, that's a big undertaking, but there's a lot of good news coming from this because they're talking about getting the government out of the lending aspect of it and holding all these mortgages and really putting us, as in the private sector, back in charge. That's great news. I tell you, I like the idea.
Yeah, so what they're going to do is they're hopefully going to make it attractive to private entities out there who want to get back into the mortgage business and want to go back in after buying those notes. So they're going to entice them with some pretty packaging to see if they'll buy some of the securities. So it's going to take some time to do that. The other thing is they just can't handle it anymore. They're tired of being the major backer when it comes to these loans. 9 out of 10 mortgages are backed by the government.
That is much.
9 out of 10 is backed by the government.
So 90% of the, how many trillions of dollars? Because I keep hearing there's 5 trillion. Some say there's $6 trillion in mortgages. All I know is there are trillions of dollars in mortgages that are held by us. That's us, as in we pay taxes, and our tax dollars go to the government, and we're holding all this debt.
We, the people, are beholden to Freddie and Fannie at this point.
Wow.
So that's a good thing for that. Now, they're also proposing a few changes in FHA, which are minor changes, but do affect borrowers.
Well, and I think it's important to understand that it's kind of leveling the playing field here. So what they're suggesting, and who knows if this is going to pass, but we'll keep you in tune, is Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, knowing that they've been holding all these conventional loans, well, they still require 10% down. But with FHA, with a lesser down payment, FHA, as you may well be aware of, has been raising the actual MIP premium. So that's gone up, plus the monthly premium on FHA is going up. And so they're discussing maybe they should raise the monthly premium on FHA again another quarter point, which is 25 basis points. All that does is affect buyers in qualifying because it raises the payment. Now, not by much, but it does raise the payment, which affects DTI, which affects qualifying.
Now, I think what they're hoping, though, is that the private entities who take these and start coming out with their own programs and try to position themselves as a market that is fair and drives some prices will actually price themselves down lower so that they can compete with FHA and maybe even price them out, which would be a great thing because, again, they're trying to get out of the mortgage industry. They've realized that maybe they have been in too tight, and they don't really have the expertise. Let's face it. They don't really know what they're doing when it comes to running a mortgage-backed securities company.
Right. It is somewhat cyclical. You're going to see changes coming with conventional because I think in the future, a lot more people are going to qualify on conventional loans once again. So stay tuned.
Yeah, I think we know one person who's not happy with it, though.
Well, who's that?
That would be the COO of Freddie and Fannie who quit last week.
Yeah, I think he saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah, operations officer. Not much operations 5 to 7 years from then.
Hey, TransUnion is reporting the credit risk index is down 0.9% last quarter.
That's pretty good. Last time I checked, that's almost 1%.
Ooh, yeah.
Now, 1% may not mean a lot, except for everybody's on credit. So that's a lot of people, actually. And all it does is just say that, well, they're actually stabilizing and paying their bills on time. So that's good. Good indication of stabilization.
Pay those bills.
Here's the tip of the day. You know, you as realtors get calls all the time saying, hey, I'm looking for a rental. And because you have the designated R on your card, they think you might be able to help them. And some of you are in property management and can. Now, listen, there's a way to turn those leads into, or those people into leads. And that is help them with finding a place to rent. That is, let them know that here's some things you need to look for when you go to rent a house. One, if you remember last week, the Bouchard brothers told us about how a lot of renters are getting in, and we all know that a lot of contracts are being signed when the home is already in default by the homeowner. And then what ends up happening? They lose their deposit, and they end up on the street again. Not a good thing. What they need to do is validate whether or not that potential landlord is in default, if they're making their payments, and if it's a good risk for them to go ahead and sign a year to 2-year lease, whatever it is. So be the expert agent by going to your title company. And the Bouchard brothers happen to be with the title company. You can click on their link right over here, and actually they will run pre-quals for you so that you can determine whether or not it's a good risk for that potential future buyer that might be looking for a home. Because what happens is you're going to be the expert for them. You're going to help them find out. You're going to save them the angst of signing that contract because they know that they're in a stable situation, at least at the time when they signed it. And then you're going to put them in your drip campaign that's going to continually reach out to them once a month so that when they are ready to buy and when they feel like they're stabilized, they can become a good buyer for you. And who are they going to go to? The person that helped them.
Hey, we want to thank you once again for watching our show with us today, and we want to thank our sponsor, Exit Las Vegas Realty Center, where they close transactions.
Wow.
Hey!
Transactions and not doors. So anyways, we also like to open doors for you and say, please subscribe to us if this is your first time watching us. And if not, if you'd like to be our friend on Facebook, then click on our Facebook link right above and become our friend. Second of all, I'd also like to invite you to check out our sponsors down below. Remember my tip and check out the Bouchard brothers. They can help you with your title needs.
Have a great day, guys.
So up there.
That's right.
Because right now, as it stands, 1 out of every 10 mortgages is backed by the government from Freddie and Fannie.
You mean 9 out of 10.
Oh, crap. I got an itch anyways.
You mean 9 out of 10.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Sorry. Oh, I had to itch anyways. That was
Nice
so good.
itch.
That was so good. I'm glad, though. I'm glad we stopped. I'm not even upset about it.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you just wasted my time. No.